Hey everyone. Welcome back. Today, we're talking about three very rare 1999 quarters from Pennsylvania, Georgia, and Connecticut. These coins are not like regular ones, they can be worth a lot of money, even over $10,000. Let's see what makes these coins so special and why they're so valuable. First up, let's talk about the 1999 Pennsylvania quarter. At first glance, it might look like just another state quarter. But here's where things get interesting. So, what makes this quarter so special? Some of these Pennsylvania quarters were actually struck on the wrong type of metal. They were mistakenly made using experimental planchets that were meant for the Sacagawea dollar coin. This mistake makes them really different from regular quarters in a few important ways. Normally, quarters are made from a mix of copper and nickel. But these error coins are made with a different metal, which gives them a unique look and feel. For example, they don't have the usual copper stripe on the edge, and they tend to have a golden or greenish tint, instead of the usual silver color you see on regular quarters. Another big difference is that these error quarters are thicker than regular ones. Regular quarters are 1.75 millimeters thick, but these can be a little thicker, making them stand out. You'll also notice they weigh more, between 5.9 and 6.3 grams. In comparison, a normal quarter weighs 5.67 grams. These changes happen because of the wrong metal being used during the minting process. This is what makes the 1999 Pennsylvania quarter so special. It's not just another coin you can find in your pocket change. If you come across one of these, it could actually be quite valuable. Now, here's the really exciting part. If you find a 1999 Pennsylvania quarter that has all these unusual features, it could be worth a lot of money. For example, one of these error coins was graded at MS67, which is a high-quality grade, and it sold for an incredible $10,200 at an auction. That's a huge amount of money for a coin that looks pretty much like any other quarter at first glance. The value comes from how rare and unique these error coins are. Not many were made, and collectors are always on the lookout for these special finds. So, if you happen to find a 1999 Pennsylvania quarter that looks a little different from the ones you usually see, take a closer look. It could be one of these rare error coins. Make sure to check if it has that golden or greenish tint, the thicker edge, and the weight that's a bit more than usual. If you think you have one, it's a good idea to get it checked out by a professional. A coin expert can confirm if it's the real deal and help you understand its true value. Remember, not every 1999 Pennsylvania quarter is an error coin. But if you do have one, it could be worth checking its authenticity before you decide what to do with it. These rare error coins are something collectors are willing to pay top dollar for, especially when they are in great condition. So, don't forget to keep an eye on your quarters. You never know when you might find something truly special. Next, let's talk about the 1999 Georgia quarter. Like the Pennsylvania quarter, some of these were accidentally struck on experimental planchets, which makes them really special and valuable. So, what exactly makes these quarters so different? Well, just like the Pennsylvania quarters, the Georgia quarters were made using the wrong type of metal. Instead of the regular copper-nickel mixture used in most quarters, they were struck on special planchets meant for the Sacagawea dollar coin. This gives them some unique features. One of the most noticeable differences is their color. While normal quarters are silver in color, these error coins have a golden or greenish tint. This happens because of the different metal mix. The color change is easy to spot if you know what you're looking for. Another feature is their thickness. These error coins are thicker than regular quarters. A normal quarter is about 1.75 millimeters thick, but the Georgia quarters struck on the wrong planchets can be a little thicker. This thickness is just one of the reasons these coins stand out from the crowd. You might also notice that these error coins weigh a bit more. While a regular quarter weighs 5.67 grams, these 1999 Georgia quarters weigh between 5.9 and 6.3 grams. That's because of the different metal used during their production. These differences, including the color, thickness, and weight, make the 1999 Georgia quarters stand out as rare error coins. But here's the exciting part, these coins are worth much more than just 25 cents. Some of these 1999 P Georgia quarters have sold for as much as $10,000 at auctions. That's right, $10,000 for just one quarter. These coins are rare, and collectors are always on the lookout for them. If you come across one of these quarters, it could be a real treasure. So, if you find a 1999 P Georgia quarter that looks different from the regular ones you see every day, it's worth taking a closer look. Check for that golden or greenish tint, the thicker edge, and the extra weight. These could be signs that you found an error coin that could be worth a lot of money. Remember, not every 1999 P Georgia quarter is an error coin, but if you do happen to find one, it could be worth a lot. To make sure it's real, it's a good idea to have it checked by a professional coin expert or a grading service. These error coins are highly sought after by collectors, which is why they can sell for such high prices. So, always keep an eye on your quarters. You never know when you might find something really valuable. If you find one of these rare 1999 P Georgia quarters, make sure to keep it safe and get it properly graded. It could be worth much more than you think. Lastly, let's talk about the 1999 P Connecticut quarter. Just like the Pennsylvania and Georgia quarters, some of these were mistakenly struck on experimental planchets meant for the Sacagawea dollar coin. So, what makes the 1999 P Connecticut quarter stand out? Well, just like the other two, these coins were made using the wrong metal. Instead of the usual copper-nickel mix used in regular quarters, they were struck on special planchets that were meant for the Sacagawea dollar coin. The most obvious difference is the color. While normal quarters are silver, these Connecticut quarters have a golden or greenish tint. This happens because the metal used to make them is different from the usual mix. Another thing you'll notice is the thickness. These error coins are a little thicker than regular quarters. A normal quarter is about 1.75 millimeters thick, but the Connecticut quarters struck on the wrong planchets are slightly thicker. This extra thickness makes them easy to spot if you know what to look for. You'll also find that these coins weigh more than regular quarters. A normal quarter weighs about 5.67 grams, but these error Connecticut quarters weigh between 5.9 and 6.3 grams. The extra weight is another clue that the coin was struck on the wrong type of metal. Even though the 1999 P Connecticut quarter is not as common as the Pennsylvania and Georgia quarters, it's still a rare and valuable find. These coins are highly sought after by collectors who are willing to pay top dollar for them. While they might not be as easy to find, error coins like the 1999 P Connecticut quarter have been known to sell for up to $4,000 at auction. That's right, $4,000 for just one quarter. This is because collectors love finding these rare coins with mistakes, and they're willing to pay big money to own them. So, if you happen to find a 1999 P Connecticut quarter that looks different from the regular ones, it's definitely worth taking a closer look. Check for that golden or greenish tint, the thicker edge, and the extra weight. These are signs that it might be one of the rare error coins. If you think you found one of these rare coins, it's a good idea to have it checked by a professional. A coin expert can confirm if it's the real deal and help you understand how much it might be worth. Although the 1999 P Connecticut quarter might not be as easy to find as the Pennsylvania or Georgia error coins, it's still a treasure worth keeping an eye out for. If you do come across one, it could be worth a lot more than just 25 cents. So, there you have it, the 1999 P Pennsylvania, Georgia, and Connecticut quarters, each with their own unique story and value. If you think you might have one of these rare coins, it's a good idea to have it authenticated by a professional coin dealer or grading service. Remember, the value of a coin can vary based on its condition, rarity, and demand among collectors. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss our next deep dive into the world of rare coins.